Is Bigfire the best place to dine at CityWalk?
Prince of the Bear. Today we're at Universal CityWalk Orlando specifically because it's time to return to the fire that's in the middle of this place.
Is Bigfire for dinner?
Yes. Things have changed since the last time we went to Bigfire, and as your number one choice of food infotainment, we're here to see what's cooking so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not getting burned this time.
It's time to foodie and chill. The beautiful bread is nice and fire roasted, not fully chopped, but that's okay. Share with friends. It is vegan as is. You don't have to do anything to the bread itself. It's just the toppings like that you get on the side, like the little jars, is really what does it for you. So it's giving me like a dry sourdough. And we were just at Flying Fish recently. The base for that was sourdough, and they added some chive and potato to it. And I feel like this tastes like the base of that bread. I kind of wish they would do something creative like that here, because it would be just next level. But this still gives really good bread. I would give it 4 out of 5 breads.
I wanted to smell it first. That's too much bread. I feel like this is a little more dense than making a mess. Still really good bread. The top is a little toasty. Toastier than it normally is, I feel like. Still very good bread.
A nice grilled roasted sourdough. We like a good bread. We like a good fire, big fire smell. But you got toppings. We got some marmalades. And we got some obviously non-vegan whipped butter. Just a smidge. Because you come for the spread. You stay for the rest of us. That gels very well with the rustic feel of this restaurant. One of my guilty pleasure social media accounts, because we consume social media just like some other people, is Man with the Pot. And I will watch that man make bread on stumps in the woods all day long. That's what it reminds me of, just like rustic in the forest cooking. I can make it. I'll happily come to Bigfire and let them do it for me. I'm a city boy. 4 out of 5 balls. You don't have to come to Bigfire and do it big. You can do it medium, or even like a medium, large. It doesn't have to be extra large just because it says big on it. For me, I decided to go over something a little bit in their handheld section. Their Bigfire Salmon BLTA. You have the Bigfire stamp on here. 2 large pieces of bacon. The avocado, which is the A huge chunk of salmon, tomato, and lettuce. So bacon, lettuce, tomato, and then the avocado. I guess you could have called it an S BLTA, or maybe that would be even more confusing than a salmon BLTA already is. Either way, I'm here to try it. As many salmon sandwiches I've had, I've never had it served to me like in a wedge like this. I imagine this thing's going to disintegrate the second I bite into it, but we're here for the laughs, right? Very, very true to its name. BLTs for me have always been somewhat lacking. I feel like just a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich is boring. Usually not enough in it. Salmon BLT, while strange, actually makes kind of sense. Bigfire uses big, probably because of their name, thick cut pieces of bacon, large slices of avocado, a huge tomato, like a nice sleeve of lettuce, and then the biggest piece of salmon I've seen on a salmon sandwich in a very long time. It's very big fire. The grilled salmon's got an excellent flavor to it, but it's not dried out. It's flaky. It doesn't hold up well in the sandwich, but it tastes amazing with the bacon and the avocado. A little brioche bun. Honestly, it's working. If you don't want something really heavy, and I'm not always in the heart days, I think it's a worthy sandwich. I would eat this at the bar downstairs. I would give this a 4 out of 5 balls. Now normally this sandwich as a default comes with fries, but you can get any of their sides as a side with your sandwich. I quite like roasted veggies, so one of the roasted veggies You get some ridiculously grilled onions, some huge roasted carrots, and then a piece of zucchini. Just gonna dive right in here because the one thing I like, it's rabbit food. Perfectly cooked. I always wonder and worry with roast carrots, if you don't cook it long enough, you're gonna get that hard center, but you don't want to cook it so much that it disintegrates. It still holds the fork and it's soft all the way through. I approve. Let's go ahead and try some of the zoot before I give it a rating. They both taste good, and I feel like my doctor would actually approve of that. I would give them 3.75 out of 5.
It's time to get chunky. I'm excited for chunk. This chunk in particular is the closest thing I feel like to the Amatista one that we've had. But then the toppings are giving like the po' boy from Pato's. So I'm really excited for this. We did do the cheat code. We didn't actually order it exactly the way that it is on the menu because Shelby's had this before and she recommended light salt. So we did do the light salt action and do recommend that you do that as well, unless you really like salt. This is chunk in like a very pure form when it's lightly salted. I like that. The potatoes are really nice. They're perfectly cooked. The pepper sauce on top is like almost identical to the one from Pato's in my mind, and I don't know, I feel like it kind of detracts from the chunk a little bit. I think I would prefer a sauce instead. I think it's Amatista that does like a chimichurri, and I like that a little bit more. I think if I had to pick between Bigfire and Amatista, I would probably pick Amatista, but I do really like this chunk. I would give it a 4 out of 5 chunk. It makes me feel chunky. In the good way, not the bad way. Not truffle shuffle.
I think it's really ironic that I'm eating chunk steak right now, or about to, because this was not the plan for this evening at all. We were not going to be at CityWalk, so I'm stoked to be eating chunk. Look at that, it's so beautiful. We asked for light salt, like Princess said. I'm so sorry to the group member who actually mentioned getting it with light salt. I can't remember. I tried to find the post. I don't know where the comment is, but shout out to you guys because hopefully this is less salty than last time. Because like I told you guys before, I like salt, and like the meal was so salty, like I almost couldn't finish it, even though I really like salt. Boy, that was delightful. I cannot wait to inhale this, even though I won't because I want to savor it. I don't even, honestly, I'm going to be real honest with you, like I don't care about what these toppings are. Like, I just want the chunk. I'll eat the potatoes because, you know, potatoes are life, but the chunk steak is perfect. They did not oversalt it. Like, there is salt on it, but before, when I had it, if y'all saw me post a photo, like, there were, like, big sea salt chunks everywhere. So, just the perfect amount of salt. It's not going to be too salty for anyone, I don't think. It's so good. I'm so happy to be eating this right now.
Chunk steak is laying its claim to Universal CityWalk, and I'm not mad about that, but I'm trying to weigh the importance. What has been the bigger, more impactful change? Chunk steak at CityWalk restaurants or butterbeer in the Universal store? Now, I know most of you are going to say butterbeer in the Universal store. The dairy-free one at that. But chunk steak has elevated what has been, you know, Universal CityWalk has always done some fairly decent plant-based options, but having steak and potatoes, for you steak and potato people, well, that feels like a milestone. But I digress. Back to the steak that you all came for. Got a nice char to it, so there's pepper relish on top. I'm gonna take a pepper. A pepper. On the fork. There we go. Get your meat on. Or meatless. Meat light? Anti-meat? The char on it feels worthy of Bigfire. I'm not usually... I like peppers. Roasted is not usually the way for me. But the way that they soak in the smoke on top of the chunk itself, which is also already a little smoky, It feels very much Bigfire. I think steak and potatoes are probably the most boring configuration of steak, but for a place like Bigfire, it probably makes the most sense. It made less sense for us at Amatista, but it's still a good showing of chunk, and I want to see chunk grow and expand to more places. I like that you're seeing people start to use it differently, like they did with the chunk tacos at Antojitos. I want to see like Bob Marley do like jerk chunk or chunk beefless patty or something. I want to see these things grow. The more they like them, the more the people will come and do them. So I'd give this a solid 4.25 out of 5 claws. It's got legs. They lit a big fire in me.
And even though it was a spontaneous trip, it was a wonderful trip.
Bigfire deserves its place at the center of CityWalk, but I need it to be the center of you. I need you to tell me when the last time you considered coming to Bigfire and why you don't visit more.
We need more chunk around all of Universal.
Okay. Given what you've seen, I want to know, would you visit? Let us know in the comments below. As always, there's anything else you see us do, that will always be a place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
We have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday.
we'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear will yeet himself into Universal Orlando Vegans and somebody's gonna get hurt.
I'm soft, they'll be fine, but you're hurt, girl.